All right, welcome back. It's Breakfast Daily, and we want to hear from you about the various conversations that we're having here. The president spoke to us last night, and we played all of it for you this morning. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what the president said? Use the hashtag Breakfast Daily on our streams. Our WhatsApp line is 0550585832. Let's hear from you, your thoughts on the issues and the things that we're talking about. Now, we're going to go over to the northern region, Nanumba North specifically, Bimbilla. And the farmers there are, fuel prices are going up. There are various watchers of the space that are even predicting that it's going to be even worse than it is by December, right? And when we go over to Bimbilla, one of the things that is affecting the farmers there is fuel prices. And of course, I'm sure where you sit, the fuel prices are impacting on you. Let's take a look at what's happening in Bimbilla and the challenges that they are facing in terms of the fuel price hikes.
Farming is the main business of many in this part of the country, but fuel price increases, especially this year, has impacted negatively on the activities of farmers in this part of the country. This is because farmers depend on the hiring of tractors to plow their land for farming. Farmers in Nanumba North, here in Bimbilla, say this year the cost of hiring tractors has increased because of the price of diesel at the pumps. Early this year, the cost of plowing an acre of land was between 70 and 100 cedis. Due to the hikes in diesel prices, the cost of plowing an acre is now 200 cedis. This, the farmers say, is very difficult for them and are calling on the government to come to their aid. Some of the farmers have been speaking to Citi News.
So the machata kola bayila sha bindiro ma katelera akala din da bindiro kama kanwenta di papa ma kako nye lore akro di bindiro wahala yenye ka binya bindiro di ula ka sitra hen ula mfiala so ban shar mete za da biam nyami kaman bindira ma din mete za da biam de kan dam ne kan ma akala din da bindiro ma di sheka nan alaka abin nan alaka fushi ama sobshi una annan alaka
yelman wa to koyama man chen shama da biam gba ta pam zan chan to koyama sa shel kam ban sha kam kul paarma tra korra kolma 3 million panama zon parma man kana ba zamni million da ba na ka biam ko ikakam to ikakam ta ko to kole million da ba anna ama ka bayan ban yarama man pa al arshama daba na akabiyan ko de me batuni boko daba na ama ka ban ban sha kam za pa lallar tara rata bokora million daba yi to kalanse ne ban pa million daba yi na paragle to so ay kul malla sabo ban ko ban pa ban yarama shamma.
Some tractor operators have also been speaking to Citi News on the cost of maintaining their machines.
Unfortunately, this year, from June onwards, diesel is now costing more than petrol. For now, as we speak, a liter of diesel is 2 cedis more than that of petrol. But no agricultural implement works with that diesel. So tractors work with diesel. Machines or larger trucks which convey farmer products also use diesel. As a result of this, probably I look at it that if you look at the component of the economy where we have to calculate inflation, food constitutes the greatest. So increase in costs of agricultural commodities means that cost of inputs will bring about cost of production, which will be translated into the cost of pricing of agricultural produce. So partly to blame for the rising inflation can be due to as a result of these increases in the prices of fuel, especially diesel.
Toruzo yet ashedin katina katiboran tafable nzanti salo kabiyu dinna kalanyela tagbabe yurme kanan lala nyela tratalana kalanyere tumba dan tumda sahangona tunda be harkashel puni zan chanta katana mashi da tatumi pam plan yaye dama wula karba tate sai sheta da chanta da pam kaman 1.5 nzama chana tuko Anto ko nirba gare nirba sham ka pama bantlan ka tlan shi akule. To amma sa wona pama na katina ta pata chulshal ma. To blan jurme kara jine ba shawara. Azan pam jerkane. Miliyon da bana da biyan pale. Na canto ko maruna ko ka kuna na lafiye. Ka ta malla sabo. Ti jini metin banye trata lamba operator ma ba shawara zan canta dama shi. Jama'a ga trashi jine.
Citi News went to the Bimbilla yam market to interact with some of the buyers. Women who come all the way from the south to buy tell Citi News the cost of transportation is very exorbitant, causing the price to be high.
Buy a bent to minto. Buy any body. The body. Into yes, say, abandon we are mobile. This no, until to so my never you know yet the qua. Oh, Baba Toby, no to me tondi. Because what the corner or when yat of what? Who's the canashi?
All right, so here you heard some complaints of farmers in the Bimbilla area. Now, we want to speak to one such farmer and for him to give us a bit more detail. Saido Ibrahim, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Yes, welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so what do you farm as a farmer? What do you grow?
Yes, I cultivate yams.
You cultivate yam, okay. Now, the way things are going, I mean, we've heard a report, we've heard the complaints people have made and everything else. If things don't change, if things stay as they are, how long can you continue working as a farmer? And what will you do to sustain yourself?
In fact, it is a very serious challenge we are facing as farmers. And I'm going to tell you one example. Okay. Take for instance, last year, the service of a tractor. If you are going to plow an acre,
okay,
a tractor will take an amount of 150 Ghana cedis per an acre.
Okay.
Okay. And currently, as it is, they are taking 200 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
200 Ghana cedis. And you have seen that the cost of living for now is very, very high. Meanwhile, the farmer, if he's able to produce anything from his farm, then he sends it to the market for sale. Usually the price level is very low.
Yeah.
Okay, last year, for instance, 100 US of yam was sold at the price of 300, 400 thereabouts.
Okay.
Then, current as it is still sold at 400 to 500. Are we together?
Yeah.
So you see that the farmer is always in a very serious problem. In that, whatever time he used to farm, because the yam farming takes a yearly basis. Okay, it is a long year activity.
Yes.
Are we together?
Yes.
So if I should use a whole year in cultivating or trying to farm this particular yam that I am mentioning, then at the end of the day, the price is at the same peg.
Yeah.
So you see that you are actually not getting anything. But the thing is, you cannot stop farming because your family, the survival of your family is at stake.
Yeah.
Are we together?
Yes. Yes.
And so sometimes these are some of the things that we are facing as farmers. Then looking at the current situation, the crisis in Ghana, okay, the rise of fuel and other things is the cost of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because if you ask the tractor operator to reduce you whichever amount, he will tell you that if he goes to pitching the petrol, he pitches it at a particular price.
Yeah.
Which is higher than you were thinking.
Okay. So why don't you put the cost that has gone up on the fuel, why don't you put it on the yam?
Aha, and that is the problem we are facing now. You see, usually it is the buyer that comes to determine the price.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yes, it is the buyer that usually determines the price. And currently as it is, this even the moment that farmers would sell their farm produce because they want to start the activity of yam farming currently as it is.
Okay.
And this is the time yams are much abundant.
Oh,
So
I
if
see.
you are forced to sell your yams now, you see, at a point, the scarcity of it will give rise to the price determined.
I
Are we
see.
together?
Yes, we are. So what do you? So what are you going to do?
Sell it at a lower price because you will want to start the activity of farming. Take example, yam farming.
Yeah. So basically what you are saying is that you need to get rid of your old stock so you can start farming for the new season that is coming. Okay.
Exactly. So you are forced to sell it because there's no way, there's no any other source where you get income to start this farming.
Okay.
So that's the problem we are facing currently.
So in this situation, what are your alternatives?
The alternative is that we are appealing to central government, okay, to try to reduce the fuel prices. If fuel prices are reduced, I think that tractors or whatever, even labor force, the price of which will also reduce.
Okay.
So that's what we are simply asking government to do for us.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Seydou Ibrahim.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
we've been
Thank
speaking
you.
with
All right.
Seydou Ibrahim, who is a farmer in the Nanumba North region, Nanumba North constituency, and he's been giving us a sense of their challenges that they are facing. Frema, I mean, there's a lot of different things that are going through my mind at the moment, you know, but I don't know what you make of what they are facing.
You know,
yam is a product that is highly perishable.
David,
it doesn't take much for it to rot.
We've been,
you know,
talking about all these
yeah.
this morning. You know, it ties into everything we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Being deliberate about certain things that we do. The people are working hard.
Yeah.
You know, but how are we also meeting them halfway? You know, and not everybody can afford a tractor.
Yeah.
They can't do it.
Yeah.
So would the assembly step in to help?
Which is what they should do.
Absolutely.
That's
you
what
know,
they
because
should
if
do.
you're talking food security,
I mean, you're living in an area that has an assembly. The assembly should be worth its salt by providing something, you know, to the farmers who you are the assembly in the area.
You see, my issue right now is we need to be deliberate about some of these things. We can't be preaching food security. We can't be talking about cutting down on imports when we are not, you know, engaging farmers, when we are not looking at some of these problems. Because if they persist, not much will be achieved. It's all just going to be talks. I just really want to believe that after the president's broad consultation, you know, with various stakeholders, all these will be factored in. We don't even have to be discussing this at this point, you know, because we really want to believe that the government knows. So I really believe that when the president says we are starting the process of this, we need to do this, it means that they have factored in all these concerns of these farmers, you know, these young farmers.
Have they?
I want to believe so, because then what exactly are we doing? Because we've been having these conversations. This is not the first time a government is going on a retreat.
No.
You know, I mean, so really, what are the practical measures after for everything that the president came to say? Yeah, that's what we hear during State of the Nation address. You know, what needs to be done to bring some kind of relief to the Ghanaian, what we have to do. But what have we done? You know, what are we starting? So, for instance, in terms of our immediate term solutions. What exactly are they? The president spoke about these immediate term measures, long-term measures. But we need measures like starting from now, today, this morning. You know, what are those ones? And I think that things like yam, rice, oil, sugar, this is where we can start from. And this, we don't really need any external pressures to be able to do this. We should be able to do this on our own. That we will not let our yams go rotten. We will not let our yams get burnt on the farms. We will not let this. This is us. We need to do that. IMF won't do this for you. You know, some ambassadors from other countries won't do that. These are things that we need to tell ourselves that moving on, this is what we are going to do. How come we have these farmers complaining? How come we have rice getting burnt on the market? How come the women in Tafo and Eastern region are crying about market for our oil? Meanwhile, we are doing a certain free SHS where students can't get food to eat. Why?
The illogicity of it all just
no, why?
baffles me.
Why do we have fruits getting rotten on farms, but students can't get food to eat? If for nothing at all, why isn't government, you know, channeling these foods? So let's even start with the students. Why don't we have this? We are giving physical cash to people. What about having a certain agency that will make sure that, okay, the agent that we want to take care of, maybe every month we give them a household, a tuber of yam, maybe 3 cups of rice. Practical things that we can do, because as for yam, when you put it on the ground, thank God we have fantastic soils, it will come. You know, these are things that for me we should be looking at, starting with what we are eating every day, because we can't depend on the imports. This is where we are, and this is where the city is, this is where the dollar is. So anyway, I believe government knows best.
We have about 216 districts in the country. Each of them has an assembly. I don't understand why government, executive, and the legislature, and we keep buying new cars, new SUVs for them every time. And we buy like we are buying cake or happy birthday. That's how we do it, you know. And yet the assemblies don't have graders so that they can at least keep their roads motorable by themselves as an assembly in your area, so that when it's time for central government, roads and highways to get to do your road, they can come and do your road.
But are they getting the 1 million that they were promised? Was it constituent 1 million, or was it one district 1 million? You remember that 1 million?
Yeah, that was another 1 million problem. I don't know how that one too.
No, but you see, and another issue, David, is if the president last night, you know, is telling us that you have a government that cares, you have a government that is not sitting down idle. I think that we need to see
practically.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Is that a picture we are seeing? And is what you are saying exactly what we are seeing? You know, the opulence
I say, show us by providing a tractor for every assembly, and every farmer has access to it. It's not a partisan business. Every farmer who wants to farm, you have access to the tractor at the assembly. If you can't hire your own tractor, your assembly tractor is there. And we pay for servicing, we pay for fuel, whatever, but it's there. And then a grader for the roads. I mean, we need to run a system that's logical so that the country is a bit more bearable to live in.
And David, we must see, you know, for me, I believe in leadership by example. From the top, we must see if we are all hungry. Is that the picture today that Ghanaians see? Can I say that yes, the president, hungry, the vice president, the ministers, the deputy ministers,
they're also hungry.
They are also hungry. Do we see that they are also hungry?
You
know, let's just look at. I mean, promoting all-inclusive growth. You know, by protecting the poor. Are the poor being protected? Are the rich also cutting down to make room for the poor? Do we really see that certain people are hungry? Or, you know, some are citizens, some are spectators. Is that what the issue is? Did we come to escort certain people who are Ghanaians, you know, and the rest of us just came to clap and cheer people on? If we say we are doing this, let us all, you know, feel it. Yes, we agree that some people, you know, privileges come in with others. It is okay. But we can't have, ministers sit in office with their V8s and all in their ACs, with drivers, with chefs, with this, with that, with that, and come back and say that we are hungry and we are doing this. But is everybody drinking water? No, that is the question that for me I want to ask.
Yeah.
Are we in this together?
Yeah.
Are all of us in this really together?
Anyway, well, we can continue and talk about this pretty much all day. I mean, there are things that are burning in my heart, but it's fine. You've seen what the president has said this morning. You've heard it. You've seen what people are experiencing in Bimbilla. We'll take a quick break, and there'll be other conversations, hopefully more cheerful ones later. Don't go anywhere.